In this video we're going to talk about the Xtreme conversion kits. What we've basically done, a lot of clutches are discontinued. These old type face mounts have been gone for a long time, and a lot of these are not even available. Some you can get, but I'm not sure you want to. Basically, we call them face mounts because you see these holes. There's four holes, and they mount to the face of the engine. So we've kind of gotten away from these. There's a lot of adjusting. They're not very strong, and in some cases our conversion kits double that torque. So there's a much stronger clutch, and they're adjusted for life. So they'll basically, there's no adjustments to be made on this clutch. A much better design and a more modern type of clutch. So let's set this aside and let's show you what's involved in one of our conversion kits. So basically, your kit will come with these few things, a different kind of looking wire harness. We're going to talk about each one of those. The first is the spacer. Now the spacer gets loaded on the crankshaft first. So we load this on our crankshaft, we mount our new clutch on there. And basically the spacer is doing two things. The spacer is going to get our pulley in alignment so that it's aligned properly like the old clutch was. And the second thing, and this is really important to understand, is that it's setting up the crankshaft where it ends in this clutch. And what's important here is that that crankshaft does not exceed the surface of this bearing. So basically it's got to be somewhat short of that. Now it may be that your old mowers, this is usually older mowers, had an engine swap, or the conversion kit was developed and we didn't know about your mower, and you may have a case where the crankshaft exceeds this. If that's the case, call us. We can help you. We can still make it work. No worries. But why this is important, when we tighten this clutch, we need to compress it. So if this washer touches the end of the crankshaft, all we're really doing is tightening the washer against the crank. So we need that to push on that inner race of that bearing when we tighten. Okay, so the next thing we do is mount our anti-rotation pin. What you can do here is pick one of the four holes, whatever's good for you. Doesn't much matter. And we mount that pin and rotate the clutch into its new home position. Now when you're mounting this, you notice that we have an additional wire here. The old face mounts had just a hot wire coming to them, and they were self-grounding, of course, because they were mounted to the face of the engine. So we need that ground. So we could tell you to go ahead and put that with the anti-rotation pin, or you can pick one of the other three holes and ground your new clutch that way. Go ahead and plug your new clutch in. Torque that clutch to 55 foot-pounds. Now that's critical. We need you to use a torque wrench. Do not install this with an impact. It's critical that we get a good compression of that clutch. And lastly, burnish your new clutch and you're off to the races. Thank you.